The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here. I'll send it down to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much.
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. C-Web this evening, all the makings of a up-tempo affair. A lot of speed on the floor. They love to play, both these teams, at a very high pace.
They're trying to get good looks early in the clock, and I'll tell you why. Against a better defensive team, why slow the ball up and wait for them to get set? Against better defensive teams, you must speed up the pace to get an open shot. In the NBA, an open shot from a player that's in his skill set is a great shot. It doesn't matter if it's with 1 second left on the shot clock or with 20 seconds on the shot clock. So why not speed the pace up, see if you can get that early look. If not, bring it back out and then set up a play. But run, get it going, and see if you can get some easy looks early.
Got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. The big men are Griffin and Drummond, and it's Robinson in at the 3 spot.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Dunn kicks to Allen. Now the dish to Carter. Markkanen against Griffin. Markkanen passes to Allen. Got a piece of it. Bullock with it. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, this shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
Clock at 6. Feeds it to Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
I love whenever Griffin finishes with power. I mean, he's showing he's not to be messed with close to the basket.
The Bulls have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Carter against Drummond. Kicks it to Griffin. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
They had them in their heels the whole game. The intensity of their defense was the key factor.
Here's Allen, and he banks in the layup. Allen's got his second bucket.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play.
Now, he continues to flourish from these in-between spots. I mean, Griffin, he knows he can sink it. Chicago
trailing here. Allen outside. Carter at the elbow. The pass to Markkanen. Here's Allen, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Takes the 13-footer. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Here's Allen over Robinson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. C-Web, the Pistons from 2003 to 2008, with 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals and 1 title. But in the decades since, only 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins.
Well, yeah, think about it. The 2004 title team was led by Joe Dumars, who won championships back-to-back with the Pistons. You need that type of lineage. Think about Boston, Danny Ainge. Think about the Lakers with Magic Johnson. Well, the Pistons need that type of consistency. They need a leader. The Pistons, once again, hoping to find that magic and chemistry.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Fellas, that's just like it's supposed to work. Don't give the D a chance to set up.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Allen. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Drummond passes to Robinson.
Love seeing the offense run through the big man. Drummond with great vision and terrific feet.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's Levine. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Passes it to Drummond. To the paint. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist by Drummond. Robinson's got 6. Bulls have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And then Carter with the jam.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Jackson finds Drummond. And here's Griffin. And it's denied.
Well, a step in the right direction. Marketing must continue to make these kinds of efforts on defense.
6 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Markkanen pulls it in. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They now take the lead. And 12 points for Allen.
He's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
The Pistons have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Shoots over Markkanen. And the shot is long. Chicago leading. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
You at least got to honor Dunn's J. I mean, he's more than capable of sinking it in from those in-between spots.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. Bobby Portis is checked in for Chicago. Jabari Parker comes in for Markkanen. Then for the Pistons, Pachulia. He's checked in for Drummond. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Smith subbed in for Jackson.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the middle. Here's Portis. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him.
Smith against Levine. Smith feeling it out a bit. Stolen by Levine. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it.
What a terrific penetrator. The speed of Levine is what makes defenders nervous.
We've got so many young, exciting players in the NBA right now, Chris. When you think about the league's best player, the league MVP, in, say, 7 years, what names come to mind?
That's a great question. I mean, you have to think about guys like the Greek Freak.
Or even 5 years. It doesn't have to be that long.
Yeah, but just the potential. I know what you're saying there, Kevin. I mean, Embiid, Ben Simmons, the Greek Freak.
Tatum.
Wow.
I know.
It's just so you could just go to all the young teams and say these guys are next. I mean, all you got to do is look at the rookie, sophomore, the phenom game and just close your eyes and pick any of those guys because you know that they're talented. But yeah, the Greek Freak, Anthony Davis, Embiid, I think those are all safe bets.
5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Here's Portis, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Detroit. This is his. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Dunn passes to Allen. Fades. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And since he's wide open, he's got time to add a little style with the fader.
On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. Pachulia is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Robinson in at the small forward position. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the 76ers was outstanding. He ended up with 59 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
I mean, well, it should have taken all the energy out of him. It should have taken something out of him, Greg. I mean, he pushed the envelope in every way that night. He was unreal.
On the wing, Jackson. Dunn covering. 6 to shoot. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Man, the mobility of Drummond is important to his team. When the ball is lobbed his way, it's game over for the defense.
Dunn kicks to Carter. Here's Levine. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. In the 3rd spot, the Pistons.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Jackson kicks to Bullock. Unloads from 13. And Detroit again with the bucket.
I mean, he's out there on an island all by himself. I mean, good job to stay cool and drain.
Carter, the pass to Allen. Over Robinson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustment.
Pass to Griffin. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Griffin's got 12 points in the game.
The agility Griffin possesses, are you kidding me? He's superb at using his speed to cut the defense to pieces.
Dunn dishes to Allen, and that one good.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Pistons trail by 9. Jackson kicks to Robinson. The Pistons working the ball around now. And finished off by Robinson.
Well, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
Oh, Chicago's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as a franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Lets it go. Off the left rim and out. The Bulls leading by 9. Markkanen inside the line. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Dunn kicks to Carter. Three-pointer, Markkanen. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come.
Pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Dishes it to Griffin. Puts one up from 19. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so Allen will bring it up for the Bulls. Levine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, Chris, right around this time of year, these teams are trying to maneuver around the injuries they're being afflicted with. That's a tricky dance sometimes for these teams.
Oh, man, it's such a tricky dance, especially for the coach. How do you get your player rest? Is a player injured or hurt? How do you separate or define that, because you never want a guy to play injured? And the length of the season, Kevin, it takes such a big toll, but that's what's so fair at the end of the season. Everybody's tired. Everybody's injured. Everybody must adjust. That's what makes the playoffs special. That's the wild card thrown in, fatigue and injury, and how can you handle and adjust to that?
Great answer.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Chicago leading by 9. Dunn kicks to Carter. Over Drummond, and Carter with the basket on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists in the game. The Pistons have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Markkanen against Griffin. Outside for Robinson. From outside the arc. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
But this is what you get from Griffin. Very willing to give it up to his open teammates.
The pass to Allen. He feeds it to Markkanen. Great D that time from Griffin. Pistons trailed by 8. Now here's Bullock. 5 points in the game. Outside Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Levine finds Allen. Robinson with the block. To the inside. It's deflected. Drummond in the post. Carter on him. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Griffin. Putting up about 22 points per, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
The Bulls leading by 8. Carter, the pass to Dunn. Here's Allen, and it's Allen slamming it down.
Wow. One area that Dunn must sharpen fast. I mean, he really has to concentrate on moving the ball.
Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And the wide-open shot from Griffin. A three-pointer is right on target. Griffin's got 15 points.
Oh, you love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
Allen against Robinson. And then Allen slams it in.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
And that's a play they'll run over and over, fellas, as long as it keeps working.
Here's Griffin. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Oh, wow. Capable of scoring in many different ways. As soon as Griffin catches fire, he's hard to put out.
Dunn attacking. Over Robinson. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And checking out some stats for Levine. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. 6th in shooting percentage, 14th in scoring, and his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense.
I mean, he's a terrific decision maker in the pick and roll. You think about it, Blake Griffin excels at threatening around the defense.
Robinson against Allen. A minute 42 left in the first half of the game. Portis kicks to Levine. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
A decent threat from downtown. You got to see Levine nailing this shot more and more.
Passes it to Robinson. He dishes it to Griffin. Drummond passes to Smith. And stolen by Dunn. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading.
Now, that's what I'm talking about right there. Right there.
Easy to see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
Here's Griffin. No good on that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. Allen dishes to Dunn. Back to Allen. He kicks it to Parker. Allen inside, guarded by Robinson. Levine wide open, and the Bulls another three.
And so precise off the pass. This is a shot Levine continues to knock down time and time again.
Pass to Griffin. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Smith drives in to halt the run. Outside for Griffin. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded by Levine, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Yeah, just not being as physical inside as they...
And we finished one half of basketball. Bulls. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following. We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Really an incredible game from AI.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Allen in at the small forward. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Jackson kicks to Bullock. Back to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. Well, you look at Allen, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
5 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Gets a very good look and converts. Jackson's got 6 points.
And Jackson is unreal in the pick and roll, just taking whatever the defense gives him.
Dunn against Robinson. Dunn shot's good. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Pass to Robinson. Over Allen. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. 6 points for him.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a phenomenal rebounder. You almost need two players to box out Drummond.
The pass to Allen. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And that one drops for him. Allen's got 27.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room. And how about Lauri Markkanen out of Finland? I love his game. Look, he comes from a family of athletes. Both his parents played basketball at a high level. I know he got his game from his mom. She told me that. But his older brothers both made the pro ranks, one in soccer, the one in hoops. His family, skilled.
Dunn passes to Allen. Kicks it to Levine. Back to Allen. Goes up on the wing. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. That's 29 points for Allen. And Markkanen, from a young age, would spend all day shooting in the backyard. Chris sounds like you. His parents set a rule. No hoops before 7 a.m. or after 10 p.m.
Oh, man, when can you play then? I mean, hey, you want to play 24 hours. But, yeah, it was just like me. And he'd be out there practicing in sub-zero weather. Those Chicago winters shouldn't be a problem for him.
Dunn kicks to Allen. Passes to Levine. Griffin on the double team. Inside. And Markkanen throws it down.
Giving his height, Markkanen makes dunking look second nature. Got to keep him away from the rim.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. They trail by 16. Allen against Robinson. Griffin finds Robinson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Robinson's got 21.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
The Bulls leading by 14. Over in the corner, Allen. Kick out to Levine. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 20.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Last season, they were trying to speed up the game, C-Web. Teams were given fewer timeouts. Do you think they achieved that goal?
Well, yeah, the new rules, 18 to 14 total timeouts. No more 20-second timeouts. All quarters have 2 mandatories. I think it does help speed up. And these are the greatest coaches in the world. They can adjust. They just need to know what the rules are. And I love the fast pace, the fast pitch count. Let's make sure that we keep the game in a way that fans love it, and we're not leaving any time out there on the floor. I think the coaches have made a great adjustment to it. And look, play on the East Coast is always going to be a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical than the West. But I tell you what, it seems like it's speeded up the game on both sides, and that's something great for us fans.
Well said. And the Bulls, another 3.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Poke loose. Jackson against Dunn. Jackson kicks to Galloway. Here's Allen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Galloway. He's getting around 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
And he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Chris Dunn. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And just an outstanding recognition by Drummond, rolling like a boulder to the rim and getting the ball in the perfect spot.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Griffin dishes to Jackson. Stolen by Levine. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Levine with the ball. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Allen. 6 points for Wendell Carter.
I'm sure he loves that matchup. He gives him a big size advantage down low.
Bullock passes to Jackson. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. A 3-ball. The rebound by Holiday. The Bulls leading by 22. Here's Allen. He has 30. The feed to Levine. Pass to Carter. Shot clock at 5. Holiday finds Allen. Here's Levine. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Levine's got 27 points.
And the wily strength of Levine. I mean, he does a great job fending off the defense on the way up.
Griffin inside. Markkanen on him. Griffin passes to Jackson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
The Bulls shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Allen kicks to Markkanen. Looks for Holiday. Gets it to him. That shot missing. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Jackson looking around. Over Levine. Outside for Griffin. Goes back up. Rebound by the Bulls.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. You know, Chris, the shot motion for Lauri Markkanen so smooth. He shoots like a guard.
Well, it's just simple. He has a quick release. He can hit on the move, too, and that's what you like about it. He can shoot off the step back. He has
Here's Robinson. Pass to Dellavedova. And stolen by Valentine. On the court for the Pistons. Griffin is out there with Robinson. Then there's Ish Smith. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Pachulia in at the 5. Allen inside. Guarded by Robinson. Allen's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Dellavedova kicks to Robinson. Before last season, the NBA voted to restructure the lottery odds. C-Webb, you think the changes will promote, better competition?
more even odds for the bottom 5 teams. That's the way that it should be. The bad teams should get the little bit of help that they're needed. And I do think that it promotes better competition. So I'm definitely happy with the way the NBA restructured the lottery odds.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Dellavedova finds Smith, takes the 13-footer, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists tonight. Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Robinson against Allen. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. And slam dunk by Allen.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Dellavedova kicks to Smith. Up and in on the layup.
Oh, man, I love seeing this little man with the big heart getting it done on the drive, using all the strength he has to fend off the defense.
Felicio, the pass to Allen. Over Robinson. They get a hand on it, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Every once in a while, we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C-Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well.
Right.
Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic. Calderon finds Thomas. Calderon taking his time here. The pass to Griffin. Down low, Pachulia. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And you can see how comfortable Pachulia is inside. Uses his size to get the shots he wants.
Here's Felicio. Blakeney passes to Allen. In the corner, Valentine with it. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Allen. Over Calderon. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 38 points.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Thomas goes in. Good D by Lopez.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
That's good from Allen on the assist by Valentine. 40 points for Allen.
He's playing lights out right now. I mean, inspired basketball in the second half.
Inside, deflects the pass. Valentine dishes to Allen. Back to Valentine. Allen against Pachulia. Passes it to Valentine. Over Thomas. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 10 points for Denzel Valentine.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grabbing for air.
Calderon kicks to Pachulia. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Ahead. And Allen slams it in.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
I mean, look, I was going to say you're attacking on both ends, quickly going from defense to offense.
Calderon, no good. The Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. And the basket by Blakeney.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now Calderon. Can they get it? The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You got to put a body on Pachulia. He's skilled at trying to use his size to track down a couple of offensive rebounds.
Blakeney passes to Allen. Some call it the Ewing theory, teams that play better without relying on a star player. Chris, how sustainable is that?
It's not sustainable. It's real cute until you have the teams that are focused that want to win come in. And usually that Ewing theory, that's usually like in the 5th week of the season or before All-Star break when teams are figuring out themselves. Once everybody has identified their strength and their weaknesses, you need that horse to ride. You need that big hoss in there, that guy that's dependable every night. And as long as he's a willing passer, unselfish player, no, you need those guys. I don't believe that teams are better without their main guy. Maybe for short stretches, players can rally. But you look at championship winners, I'm trying to think of one that didn't have a superstar on their roster. I just don't buy into that theory.
Here's Pachulia. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds in the game. Fires from the wing. And he comes up with the deuce. Valentine's got 9 points now in just the second half. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Right side, Thomas. Valentine grabs the board. Valentine's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Allen. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Allen in the post. Johnson's there. That's good from Allen on the assist from Payne.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
It's Allen on the wing. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Allen's got 46 points. It's Calderon with the ball for Detroit. Can they get it? The shot, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. Allen's got 48.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's foul number 2 for him. When you look at the amount of threes Chris being taken now, do you think the league as a whole is too dependent upon perimeter offense?
I don't think so. If you look at Golden State, we all tend to think that they've shot the most threes last year. It actually was Houston.
Right.
And when you look at how Golden State does not just settle for threes, Kevin, but they can shoot them at any time. And maybe the best three-point shooter in the history of the NBA, Curry, will lay a difficult layup over the top of your head just as quick as he'll shoot a tough 3 from 45 feet. That's what it seems like, but the good teams like like a Golden State, make you feel like they're shooting a lot of threes, but actually play with a balanced game. Those that try to copycat and just shoot threes, I don't think they've won a championship yet. So I think it's about having that balance. And maybe the league overall is shooting too many threes, but the champions who shoot threes, I don't think take too many.
It's Allen on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Galloway kicks to Dellavedova. Pass to Griffin. Here's Galloway, guarded by Holiday. Kicks it out to Johnson. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. It's Allen on the wing. Chris, in football, you have the franchise tag. It allows a team to keep a superstar by delaying his free agency. Would that work in the NBA?
I'm not sure if that would work in the NBA. It would be what else would reward this player and the franchise tag? Does it allow freedom for other players to come? I think that we're going to have to address some of these issues as time goes on, especially in a place like Golden State where they have so many great players there. But one of the great things about the NBA is the freedom of movement. And I don't think that we've seen really any teams get hurt too bad by the superstar leaving if they've acknowledged he's going to leave and made a trade for him. It is when that they don't acknowledge, a la Orlando with Shaq, a la a couple of other teams, they don't acknowledge that this guy may leave, that you truly end up with nothing. So I'm not sure about that franchise tag yet, Kevin. The NBA is doing great. Players are moving around, and we're going to need some other teams to combat the dominant team overall.
Feeds to Dellavedova. With the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Griffin.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And in the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous two games with.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Allen.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Wow, look at the coordination, the strength, Griffin possesses. Taking the punishment like a champ and still finishing.
Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Payne kicks to Allen. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
Pass to Drummond. Kicks it out to Johnson. The 19-foot shot. Carter pulls it in.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation to Coach right there. That should be an interesting conversation.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy,